Google has just announced what it's calling the biggest upgrade to search in more than 25 years.
And if you're a local business owner, this could completely change how customers find your business online.
Because people aren't just typing keywords into Google anymore.
Nope, they're asking questions, uploading photos, sharing files, and increasingly relying on AI to do research for them.
So what does that mean for local businesses?
Today, we're breaking down Google's new AI search, what it means for your rankings, your leads, and most importantly, what you should actually do about it.
Fantastic. Welcome back to the AI and Marketing Podcast for Local Businesses, the show that gives you practical, proven marketing advice to help you grow your business right here in the UK. My name's Adam, best-selling published author, AI enthusiast and AI presenter, and founder of www.websitedesigners.london. We've helped businesses generate tens of millions of pounds online through smarter design and marketing.
My name's Josh. I'm the founder of ImproveMySearchRanking.com, an AI and SEO search agency based in London, a 3-time winner of the UK Search Awards. And over the past 10 years, we've worked with more than 1,000 businesses, helping them generate over £200 million in sales.
Fantastic. So search is now becoming an AI assistant, specifically Google search. So let's start with the biggest announcement. So as I said, search is now almost a bit like ChatGPT and your Claude. It's now based around discussion prompts as opposed to keywords. So Google has something called AI mode. You'll see it across the ribbon next to the images, the web, the videos button across the kind of ribbon across the top. And that AI mode now gets over 1 billion, that's with a B, billion monthly users. That particular AI mode now can understand text. You can upload images, upload videos, PDFs, and browser tabs. So it can search across multiple sources and it's becoming more conversational. So for example, instead of typing in something like cake maker Bromley, now you would type in something along the lines of, I am a 35-year-old person, is having their birthday. I would like a chocolate vegan birthday cake made for them. What options should I consider? So it's essentially handling multiple different variables, multiple different characteristics in a sentence format as opposed to just 3 words.
Precisely, yeah. So previously, people would very much use very short keyword phrases, mortgage broker Bromley, carpet cleaner Manchester. Now we're giving Google a lot more information and context, and it can then provide us with a lot smarter answers. So moving on to segment 2, which is search agents could change how customers find businesses. So we just discussed how individuals using Google is changing, but actually search agents are also changing how people find businesses as well. So Google has introduced this new thing called a search agent, and what it does and what it can do is various different things, but it can monitor prices, for example, the price of a particular product you're looking to buy. It can monitor house listings. So if you're looking for a particular house in a certain area, it can continuously monitor the housing market and the different property portals. It can track
So cool.
all sorts of things. It can look for local services, providers, and basically do research for you. And it's not a one-off task where you go to Google and do that search. It can continuously do this and provide you updates over time. So it can tell you when that product is back in stock and provide you with recommendations. So I suppose as a local business, you need to think about how can your business be recommended by these new search agents. And that's something we'll be discussing in the near future, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Number 3, search is becoming significantly more personal now. So, and I'd say this particular factor probably hasn't been talked about enough across different news sources. It's becoming personal in that it can now use, providing you give it its permission, it can use your Gmail, your Google Photos, your calendar to understand what you prefer, what your interests are, what your habits are, and future plans as well. So that allows Google to know your traveling plans next week, for example, or your favorite restaurants, your upcoming events, and that personalized recommendations accordingly. So when I hear that and read that, I do think about maybe I should switch to a Google phone or use Google Workspace more frequently. So there's, again, a question to consider. Another thing to ask yourself perhaps is, will search results become different for every user? So if I search for a a cake baker near me or in Bromley, will it provide a different response to if Josh typed in the exact kind of same phrase, for example, because of it knowing that I'm a vegan? I'm not a vegan, but if I was a vegan, through previous search results, as opposed to me entering that information in directly into that search factor. Does brand become more important? Does customer loyalty become important? These are the questions you need to think about as well. And again, something we can explore in the future.
So another announcement from Google is that Google may contact businesses on behalf of yourself.
Wild.
So instead of just providing you a list of recommendations of who to contact, Google can actually contact businesses on behalf of yourself. So imagine that you have an emergency at home with your toilet, with your shower, and it's leaking, and you need a emergency plumber. Google can research and then call up and book in this service for you rather than you having to do it yourself, which is very, very, very interesting. I do wonder how this is going to work, and I wonder how, if it will get you the best deal, or if it's just going to book someone because they can book someone, and that's the only available person, and that person's quoted £7,000.
But I think what will happen is likely, I think it'll be intelligent enough to know to say, okay, this plumber that to help solve your broken toilet has quoted or has been known to quote from reading Reddit forums or on their website, they've quoted between £300 and £400. So this is what you expect to pay. And alternatively, it could be book myself a restaurant, right? So you know how much the average price per person will be, and it just calls up the restaurants and say and kind of an automated robot will say, book a table for two for Adam and Josh tonight. It's Adam's birthday. So, and could you please have a table near the back of the restaurant because Adam gets cold quickly or something along those. I reckon it will be smart enough to differentiate and understand pricing as well as your preferences. So if pricing isn't confirmed, maybe it's something like, could you get back to us on X telephone number to provide a quotation, or just attend to provide a quotation, something like that.
I think this means it's really important for your website to include a lot more information.
Yeah.
A calendar, for example,
Yeah.
a way to book in your services. If you're a home improvement business, for example, you need to have your pricing clearly mentioned in tables, perhaps across the site. I think this will result in a lot more schema markups and things like this adding to your website for this to work on your website. So if you fail to do this, maybe Google's AI agents won't be able to talk to your website and instead will only talk to your competitions.
Yeah.
So it's very important.
Absolutely. I totally agree. I think Google Business Profile, or GMB, or Business Profile, whatever it's called nowadays, having that updated will be super, super important.
Definitely, definitely. And Google announced that this update is going to be available first to three sectors: the home repair, home improvement kind of sector, the beauty industry, and the pet care industry. And it's also mentioned coming soon will be solicitors, mortgage brokers, accountants, cleaners, and builders.
There you go.
Yeah. So yeah, I think I brought it up earlier, but you need to think about how can you get your website to be in front of Google's AI agents. Think about what needs to be done on your side. Maybe that's new schema markup. Maybe that's Google Business Profile completed list. Maybe it's your Google reviews, a calendar system, trust signals, all this kind of stuff.
Absolutely. And number 5, search can now build software. Well, I mean, Claude could already do this, Lovable could already do this, but Google Search AI mode can now do that too. It can generate tools, dashboard trackers, mini apps, all within its AI mode. So, for examples, in fact, Google gave itself in terms of what it can create. It said things like a fitness tracker, a planning dashboard, a task tracker, custom visuals. So I guess the larger question here is, will website increasingly become tools so they can be cited as references in the tools Google creates itself?
Yeah, it's very interesting, isn't it? Next up is, what should local businesses do next? Or what can you take away from this all, essentially, and focus on becoming easier for Google to trust and recommend? So I did mention a few points just a short while ago, but Google Business Profile is first and foremost super simple, super easy thing for you to optimize and claim if you haven't done so already. Getting more Google reviews, showcasing your expertise across your website. So whether that be through case studies, testimonials, demonstrate your kind of experience, just basically build a recognizable, authoritative and trusted brand.
Absolutely. If Google had to recommend one business in your town, would it be yours? Is a question I guess people need to ask from here. So look, let's just recap what we've talked about there. So we've talked about how search is becoming an AI assistant. We've talked about how search agents can change how customers find businesses. Number 3, we've talked about search is becoming personal. Number 4, we've talked about Google may contact businesses for your customers. Fifth, search can now build software. And 6th, what should local businesses do next? So ultimately, we've established that Google isn't just helping give and find people information anymore. It's helping them research much more thoroughly, compare, decide, and increasingly now take action.
So that means that local businesses need to think differently about how they show up online. The businesses that win won't just have websites, they'll have trust and they'll have expertise.
100%. Business that will show up will also make it easy for customers in AI. Asking markup, you talk about, if we think about design, functionality of websites, to understand why they're the best choice as well. So being more transparent, being detailed, frequently asked questions, etc. Ultimately, I do think you need to start thinking about navigating away, no pun intended, from the blue links, i.e. specific 3 keywords. They're still going to be important for sure, but also from a conversational perspective, think about what people may search for and how you might want to help rank higher for that. So optimizing to becoming the most trusted recommendation. And if you've enjoyed watching this, listening to this, please do leave a 5-star review. Please do follow us. Please do share. It really helps us continue making these for you. So thank you very much for listening.